Coach Swinney will have some introductory comments, then we'll open it up for questions in the room, and if time permits, we will open it up for questions via Zoom afterwards. So whenever you're ready, Coach, take it away.
All right, well, first of all, it was a great day to be back in the Valley. Always fun when we can open this place up. You living here, you drive by it all year long, and it's just really cool when it's showtime and you get a chance to go perform in front of the fans and to just see and feel the energy from a game day here. It's awesome. So thankful for that. And I didn't know it was my 100th game until this morning. I had no idea, and one of the players actually told me that. So kind of crazy, but really just special, and appreciate our fans. It was a great day. Man, the Tiger Walk was awesome. So thankful for Jimmy and Candace Brown, and them helping bring that to life. I mean, really cool. It's great to see some of the captains and some of the former players. Got to see Spencer Shuey today in the Tiger Walk, and so just a great day. And we did what we needed to do. We corrected a lot of mistakes, and we were able to grow our team. And that was something that we definitely needed to do. Obviously, the two critical errors by Cade kind of got us off to a bad start there in the first quarter, put us in a hole. But it's not an easy position to play, and you find out a lot about people when you hit a little adversity. And as I always say, it either shines you up or grinds you up. It all depends on what you're made of, and that kid's made of the right things, and I saw him respond, in a big way. And you got a chance to see what that kid can do. He made some big plays with his legs. He threw for 315, 4 touchdowns, and just settled in. And that's what we needed. We just needed to just kind of settle in a little bit, and that comes with playing. And I'm just really proud of him, and how he bounced back, and just so many good things in the game. We played a lot of guys. I was really pleased with all of our backup quarterbacks. They went in. I think they were 8 for 8, and we just let them play. Y'all have heard me mention our running backs a lot. I really love our running back room. You got a chance to see these kids. We got some good guys in that room. Obviously, it starts with Maffa and Shipley, but man, we're very confident in our young backs. And then I was really pleased with the OL. We got to play everybody, but the best part of today, and it's not always been that way, but as we subbed, we continued to play well. And that's a credit to preparation and I think the depth of our team. So a lot of good things. A bunch of receivers caught the ball. Again, great to see those young backs get in there. And Dominique and Keith Adams, man, he's a hammer. And seeing that young Jay Haynes, what a smooth, silky smooth runner he is. Proud of him. Jarvis got in there as well. And so a lot of good things. And got a chance to play just a bunch of kids, 117 guys. And I think that's a school record. We got guys in there like Tristan Rigby that doesn't get to play much, but it's an incredibly committed kid to the team. And to see the team get excited to watch that kid bust a couple runs was, that's what it's all about. And Hamp Green went in there and made a couple spark plays. But, Bo Collins, he's had back-to-back really good games for us. I was pretty disappointed with him. He was really lucky because he thought he was by himself on that. So huge. That'll be a great coaching lesson on Monday in our meeting. But big game for him. Antonio, a couple touchdowns. We spread the ball around to a lot of people. Great to see Stellato. We've been kind of just waiting on Stellato around here for 2 years, and you got a chance to see why he's worth the wait. The kid can play. He's not been you can't play if you're not available to play, and he wasn't ready to play when he got here. And then last year he was ready and tore his ACL in camp. And then obviously missed all of camp this year. So it's really good for him and his confidence. That kid's got some mitts on him, and he's a tough kid. He's got a lot of confidence, and he can run. So I was really happy to see that because, and our depth is emerging. Tyler Brown continuing to be a spark for us, a huge spark in the return game. Super proud of that. Good to see Robert Gunn, kind of just get his legs under him a little bit today. That was good to see. It's kind of perfect situation for us on how it went. So I was happy about that. And then defensively, they really gave up 3 points where they really had to go earn it. It's disappointing when you look up and you see 17 and they've got 4 total first downs in the whole game. But you know, we weathered the storm. They hung in there. And I would say the same thing defensively. As we subbed, those guys, they continued to play well. I mean, we've got a really, I think, a very talented roster. And this was a game that I think we can grow a lot from. It's good to get all those guys on tape so we can teach and create the competitive depth that we want to have around here. The pick six was huge. And man, Jay Lou, every time he's in the game, somebody gets nailed. I mean, he is a physical corner. And then, you know, Wood-ass hustling to the ball, good things happen. And so it was great to see him be able to get in the end zone. But I thought we played, you know, really well. Honestly, Monday night we played well, you know, 13 points deep in the fourth quarter, just had no help. And so today it was good to see the defense continue to play well. We got the pick six, you know, 3 of 14 on third down and a couple sacks, a bunch of TFLs, and again, got to play a lot of people. So, you know, just a lot of great things, and proud of the players, proud of the win. And I'm also excited that we get a normal week coming up where we can actually have a Sunday, Monday, and so forth to get ready to play. So again, just a fun day in the Valley, and you know, got a couple game balls for this game. We had one of our staff members, Miss Dot Sink. She passed away. She's been with us for several years now and working in our building, and got one for her family. And then there's a young man out in Phoenix, Arizona that he's 24-year-old, Clemson grad, engaged, and just had a brain tumor named Weston Vigil, and you know, just want to remember him as well. So great day in the Valley, and again, look forward to being back next week with night game. And health-wise, I think we're in pretty good shape.
The team really came out on fire in the second half. What was your message to the team in the locker room, the PG version?
I mean, again, just settle down. I mean, we were playing, we did a lot of good stuff, but we just put ourselves in a hole. And then, you know, really had 3 bad plays, and they were all 3 on the quarterback. And just, you know, again, he's just got to kind of hang in there with him because he's going to be a great one. It kind of reminds me of Taj Boyd in 2011, those first couple of games where I thought Chad Morris was going to, you know, eat his headset. You know, and just sometimes you just got to play your way through it a little bit. And, you know, fortunately today we was able to do that. I mean, obviously the not making the snap, you know, on the 4th and 1, I'm going for it right there. And then that was just a bad, that's about as bad a play as you can get on the pick six. It doesn't get any worse than that. And then, you know, sometimes you have to take a sack. You know, you don't ever want a sack, but sometimes you have to take a sack. And I know he's trying to throw it away, backed up, but we're really fortunate that wasn't a disaster. And so, you know, again, as he plays, he's just the game's gonna keep slowing down for him. But from that point on, he was magical. I mean, it was awesome. He knows where to go with the ball. He can make all the throws. He made some nice runs. And but the biggest thing is just, you know, just being able to respond. You know, you saw his heart, you saw his moxie, and you know, again, just a kid that I think is going to blossom right before our eyes but we'll have some ups and downs as we go.
I guess are these things you've seen in practice from Cade, or is it surprising?
No, just game stuff. And as I've said many times, that's why people have preseason games. You know, that's, you know, so you can play a little bit, especially when you're a quarterback. You know, that's why it's a major reason is to get quarterbacks exposed to the real speed of the game, where, you know, it's live decisions and, you know, you're live. So, you know, again, we don't have opportunity to do that at our level.
Many players in the press conference earlier upstairs said it was definitely a tale of two halves. Got to be proud how Bo and Antonio played at wide out, the running backs, as you said, it was by committee, and how Klubnik just turned around. What are your thoughts on how the offense just kind of, as you said, settled in that second half and just really took care of business when it mattered most? Yeah,
I mean, we had 679 yards, and I think we have about -30. I don't know what that fumble was. That took a lot off. 26 yards, so minus, you know, add another 26 to that. So I was really proud of them. I mean, again, we responded, and it was good to see them do that, especially at quarterback. And we really were playing well everywhere except for a couple of mistakes, but they were very costly, and that's exactly what happened last week, up and down the field, and you know, you don't finish. So it was fun to see them get in rhythm, and then as we got going, and then everybody that got into play, they just kept playing. So hopefully this will grow these guys' confidence a little bit, and certainly going to get tougher as we go. But this is what we needed as a team tonight.
And the defense shutting down the second half no matter the opponent had to be a big confidence builder. Talked to a couple of defensive players. They definitely thought it built the confidence up after how last Monday went. What are your thoughts on how the team at that side, the way Wood has pick six, kind of probably remind you of the Tanner Musen one a few years ago, kind of a tip drill.
Yeah.
Just ran it in, really got the defense locked in that first play of the second half.
Yeah, well, what you saw in the second half is what complimentary football looks like. You know, that's Clemson football. When you play complimentary football, and that's kind of what didn't happen Monday night. You know, the defense is, I mean, they've kind of given up, you know, 2 plays all night, and they just need a little help. You know, and if you just punch 1 or 2 of those in, then all of a sudden the game kind of changes as far as, you know, and you just gotta put some life in that defense, and you saw that. All of a sudden it just became you know, they're just feeding each other and just complimenting each other, and it's fun to watch when it works out that way. So you know, obviously the turnovers, you know, we lost the turnover margin again, and that's something that we've got to grow out of. If we're going to have the type of season that we want to have. It cost us last week for sure, and, you know, we had a little more room for error today to overcome it. But, again, it's going to get tougher as we go, and so we've got to be better with the ball.
Coach,
You mentioned that 16 different guys caught the ball today.
Yep.
What does that say, and what kind of tone does that set for the widespread talent amongst your receiving corps?
Yeah, we're a really talented group, and we didn't have Cole today. You know, Cole we had a little strain in his lower body area, but he should be fine. But you know, and I wish we'd have had him out there today. But I think it just again shows the readiness of those guys, their preparation, work hard, and what it does is it creates a lot of great morale. You know, you got a lot of guys that work really, really hard, and you know, for them to get that type of experience early in the season and just get some exposure. You know, Noble Johnson's out there today, got Ronan in the game. So getting them, we're trying to redshirt those guys if we can, but getting them some experience, getting CV out there as well was big. And, you know, so it was really good. I mean, I was proud of all those guys. You know, Hampton Earl, you know, it's a kid that tore his ACL, or not tore his ACL, had a little PCL injury in the spring game. You know, for him to be back out there is pretty awesome. And Hamp. You know, a lot of those guys, Clay made a nice play over the middle. So, I mean, it was just fun to see them all. You know, Olsen had a nice catch at tight end. Sapp with a nice little wheel route for a touchdown. So, you know, again, it's fun to spread the ball out and give a bunch of guys opportunities to get on tape so we can coach them and they can gain some confidence.
It's a punt return by Tyler Brown today. How excited are you about him going forward, both a punt and kick return?
Yeah, I mean, that was a huge spark. You know, I was really frustrated because we didn't field that first punt, so that's why I put him in there. And you know, we had a max return on, and we just, you know, let the ball hit the ground. And those are you know, it's like, I mean, you're gonna at least get a first down off of that. And TB went in there with the right mindset, and it was a big play. It was a big spark play. They went on to a touchdown, and so. You know, definitely proud of him after 2 games. You know, he's shown it's not too big for him, and he's going to be a very reliable player for us. You know, in both phases.
What does the defense take away from a game like this that can be beneficial when you get into some of the tougher games on the schedule?
Well, I mean, you know, we saw some things. They ran some option today. Got outside of us on a couple of times where we didn't leverage it quite well, or we didn't slow play it like we needed to. Corner came inside one time. So it's good to see some of that on tape that we, you know, can coach off of on some of the speed option type stuff, not true option, but some speed option stuff. And then I think the confidence from the guys that played up front. Played a lot of guys, seeing K Park get out there, and you know, he was active, made a couple plays. T.J. Parker just continues to go. I think we were able to get Hoffa and Ojebwe in there as well today, and got some of those young backers, got some of those young DBs. Shelton Lewis, was that far from an interception, made a really nice, played good technique, nice turn on the ball. So just what we take away from it is just some development. And, that's what we're going to need because it's a long season, got a long way to go, and we're going to play a lot of tough opponents, and we're going to need these guys. So to be able to get them some good experience early and to see them play well, I think that'll bode well for their confidence.
Like the snap was to Cade's left on that?
Just a little. I mean, you got to make that. Nothing. I mean, it was just like right here. He's got to make the play. He was just a little flustered. Clock was running down, and again, that's a situation where, we'll just call timeout. Like if you're not, but regardless, you got to handle that snap. It wasn't perfect, but it was just fine. Just like as a quarterback, you don't always throw a great ball, and it's not always going to be right here. It might be right here, and so he's got to make that play.
What do you do to get him settled, to try to get him comfortable early?
Just keep playing.
Yeah.
Just play ball. Keep calling it. And that's what we did. And he just settled in, and it was beautiful to watch. So just got to play.
What can you share about the injuries to
Hang in there with him. What's that?
All right. What can you share about the injuries to Turner and Makuba?
Both of them just kind of lower body injuries, but nothing. They're going to be day to day.
Time rushing and passing for over 200 yards in consecutive games since the ACC championship in 2019. First time to open the season since 2000. What does that say about just the balance of this offense and offensive line?
Well, I'm thankful we won this one. I know y'all didn't like my comment the other day. I'll take 200 plus every game, and I'll take those odds, without the turnovers. Ross did some research on that. I think it was about 1,800 times that's happened since 2014, and that team's won 98% of the time. So I'll take those odds. Now, we found the 2% anomaly. We figured out how to do that. But I'm super excited, man. I mean, these guys are confident. We're Garrett's got a good feel for what we're doing. It's been a blast. And we're playing good up front. Again, nobody wants to hear it, but we did a lot of really good things in that game Monday night. A lot of really good things. It's a dadgum shame we lost the game, but we freaking did some things that you got to do to win football games. And, again, the fun's in the winning, but I've been encouraged. We just got to, the turnovers will kill you. And so we can get that out of our system. We can be really, really good because we've demonstrated we can really run the football. And now, a game like today, what was Cade? 28 of 37 or something like that? I mean, you talk about gaining some confidence. We caught the ball well. Really wasn't even a drop on Bo. He caught the ball, and instead of tucking the ball, he pulled it here, and the guy punched it out, as opposed to tucking it before he turns. He held the ball out. And I'm trying to think, was there another drop? I don't know if we had another drop. So, we threw the ball all over the place and demonstrated some good stuff.
Dan, let's talk in a way about perseverance. About your mentality with them, and he brought up that you're a big Rocky fan and that you reference Rocky a lot. Please tell me it's not.
It's been a while since I've referenced Rocky,
Okay.
but I am a big Rocky fan. I love Rocky. I don't think I've referenced him this week, but I am a big Rocky fan for sure.
I didn't know which one it was.
All of them. I like them all. But of course, the Rocky 2 is the greatest, right? That was the rematch. That's pretty good.
With Lucas and Pride, has Lucas just taken a big step to sort of
Yeah,
elevate above
yeah,
Victoria?
yeah. He's definitely 3 right now. Or kind of, 2. He's kind of 1A, 1A, if you will. He's right there with Nate and Sheridan, and so I'm really pleased to see him, gain this guy. He's just got a different look in his eye right now. He's playing with a lot of confidence. He's playing physical. I know he had a PI called on him. I don't know, it was close. We'll see it on tape, but he's having some fun playing football. It's fun to watch.
Coach, earlier you had mentioned readiness and preparation from some of the younger guys. What kind of preparation and work have you seen from Stellato that allowed him to play today?
Well, he's had every reason to give up, he's had every reason to just completely, be a sour attitude kid because he's had a lot go against him, and he hasn't done that. He's just kind of continued to show up and hang in there. And I think even though it's been really frustrating for him. Kid's a highly recruited guy, and he's not healthy when he gets here. And so then we obviously redshirt him, and then he has a pretty good spring, and then a really, really, really good fall camp last year. Like, he's on his way, and everybody can kind of see it, and then he tears his ACL. And so he's just, he struggled a little bit. I think he kind of got in just a kind of a bad spot last fall, but to his credit, he's hung in there. And in fact, life and football rarely go exactly the way we want them to go. But football teaches you to keep going. Football teaches you endurance, and endurance creates toughness, and you got to have toughness to, survive and thrive in this world. So he's hung in there. He's learned some endurance. He's had to mature, and and probably more importantly, some humility. He's just never really let go of his dream and his belief in himself. And as y'all have said, I told y'all coming in, I'm not counting on him. I'm not even going to get my hopes up because it's like he has just been completely unavailable. So to see him, the last couple of weeks to get back into practice, and then got in a few snaps the other night, and then to see him out there today. I mean, that one catch he made a catch about that high off the ground. You see the strength in his hands. But the other thing about Troy that you love, he has the mentality. He's got the mindset. He's got the mentality that you want to see. He's got that confidence. And so a game like this will hopefully be some wind in his sails to keep pushing him forward, because he can. There's no question he can help us.
Coach, after beating Charleston Southern, Clemson has officially had a winning record against every single active D1 college in the state of South Carolina. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
What kind of tone does that set for Clemson?
Oh, what kind of tone does that set? Oh, man. We've got a great historic program here, and so they've been playing football here a long time. This is Team 128, so 128th year of football. And, we've won 3 national championships. I know we're supposed to win it every year, but, we've won 3 in 127 years to this point. So usually with that comes a lot of tradition and things like that. And this is a historic program. This is a program of great tradition for years and years and years and years. And so, we got the name Death Valley from Presbyterian, right? So, was that the first time we played Charleston Southern? Yeah, this is the first time. Yeah, I didn't think we'd played them, but it's great, and I know it's kind of been our model for a long time. We try to help a school in state if we can, as opposed to going out of state with a 1AA type deal. It's good for their athletic departments and things like that, and for a lot of those kids to be able to come to Clemson and play. But that's a good stat to know. I'm glad that's the case.
The 2 handoffs on Duke pickup fumbled, and then tonight, was there a common thread in those 3 at all, do you think, with the exchanges that were lost fumbles, or they all kind of separate?
Just fundamental. Yeah, just fundamental stuff you do in ball handling every single day, 10,000 times. You can't clamp the ball. You got to be on the same page in what you're doing. And, again, and then the fumble on Maffa was just a collision. Just got to hang on the ball. It's a collision sport. You play running back. That's part of your job description, and so you got to hang on the football. Just that simple. Everybody's got to do their job and do it well. You got 11 guys, man. That's the thing about this. This is a team sport, and you need 11 guys in all 3 phases, working together to get it done.
Coach, also today, football reunion day, 2 of those teams were under you, 2013, 2018. How good was it to reunite with those 2 squads, especially the 18 team, with that historic season that they had?
Yeah, I don't. Hopefully, they had a nice little gathering over there at the indoor and stuff. That's kind of our football alumni area, before the games. But I did get to see Spencer Shuey, who was on that 2013 team. our first BCS win down there in the Orange Bowl over Ohio State. Man, what a game he had. Man, he's one of my favorite players, old number 33. Shuey was a war daddy for us. But hopefully those guys had a great time coming back, and it was awesome to be in the locker room for the first time today, and just again the Tiger Walk and the stadium. I mean, everything was awesome, and hopefully next week we'll have a great turnout and great environment for the night game. And how about the weather? That Clemson bubble held up again. The Clemson bubble, it hit the bubble and split up. Everybody was worried about it.
Talk about the Tiger Walk. The freshmen that came in this year walking that Tiger Walk for the first time today, seeing the names of all those captains of years past, that'd be kind of inspiring, especially the recent year captains, to say, hey, maybe when I'm a senior graduate, my name could be on one of those plaques when the time comes.
No question. And they're going to put the 3 national championship teams down as well. That's coming. It's really cool, though. And I even caught myself. I almost ran into a pole because that's my first time. There's some poles that I got to have to pay attention to because I was kind of looking down at the. I looked up and there's a pole there. I was kind of just, because a lot of these guys played for me. But what a neat thing to see. All the way back to I think 1896 to see these captains being remembered, and hopefully that's going to mean a lot to a lot of people for a long time. But it really certainly creates a message for our players as they head in, and our fans were awesome. It's surreal to me to think that 100 games ago was that first Tiger Walk. When I went to Terry Don like on Wednesday night or Thursday morning, and I said, "You think you could just drop us off at the park and just in the road out at Perimeter?" And he's looking at me like I'm crazy, and he's like, "Well, what are you going to do?" I said, "We're just going to walk through the parking lot." And that created a lot of chaos, and I'll never forget that ever. I've got a picture of that in my office. It was one of the most intense moments ever. And, 100 games later, for us to have our first Tiger Walk in that deal it's really cool. It's really cool. And it's one of those things I love about Clemson and our tradition here. And, thankful to be a part of it and know it'll go on for a long, long, long time after me.
Dabo, you mentioned that 100 games now a couple of times. For you, obviously the Tiger Walk's a big deal and a big part of it, but what's that mean? I mean, that's to have longevity like that, to have longevity here in one spot. What's that mean to you? Does that hit you, or
no,
are you
not really.
talking through it?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, like I said, I didn't know. Ronan Hannafin is the one that told me this morning. I told Ross, I was like, "You need to do your job, Ross." They put a great little video together. The video people in our little team meeting this morning, they put this great little video together about Death Valley. And so it's kind of, we showed that this morning before our special teams meeting, and at the end of the, we were just talking about, just pride in playing at home, and just how special it is. It was a really cool little video, and at the end of it, it had like Coach Ford, Coach West, Coach Bowden, and myself, and it kind of had our win percentages, and. I just looked out, I was like, hey, one of the things that was important to me when I got this job was if we're going to be a great program, we got to win at home. We don't need to worry about winning on the road. We learn how to win at home. And we've got to put the death back in the valley, if you will. And that was a real goal of mine early on. And we just it was just a, quick meeting. We're going about our business. And then Ronan comes up to me at the team meeting, at the pregame meal, and he goes, "So this is your 100th game today?" And I went, "I don't know." And he goes, "Well, it said you're 91-8. And I went, 91 plus 8. Well, son of a gun, I guess it is. And so, yeah, that's literally how I found out. I hadn't even thought about it. But yeah, it's crazy, especially, thinking back when we lost that first one here, and there was probably a lot of people saying, well, this ain't going to last long. Thank God we can get rid of this guy in about 6 more weeks. But we're still going. We're still going. And I know a lot of y'all probably want me to be gone now, but we're still hanging in there like a hair in a biscuit. We're still going.
Coach, in the second quarter, Tyler Brown really showed his his speed and kind of shiftiness on that punt return. Do you think maybe moving forward, he's kind of locked in that role along with Antonio Williams?
Yeah, well, I mean, we've got some depth there. We're really excited about that, and we knew that, but, we don't want to get him some experience, and now, we've kind of seen that. That certainly gives us a little more confidence. We know what Antonio can do as well, so we got a good situation there.
Any questions for Coach from Zoom? Anyone else in the room? All right, thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank y'all. Appreciate it.